Okay, NFL draft nearly 2 weeks away, and while it's not gonna change anything, it doesn't matter or nothing like that. But it's just something that I'm just like I'm baffled with. I know it's not gonna really change. It's all the stuff about the quarterbacks, and I get it. The quarterbacks are the sun to our world. I was like, it's not gonna stop a people overhyping or moving up to draft them, no matter how many times says that after you sort of get past two, the odds of failure are really high, or why this one and why that one. But that's not gonna stop me from basically talking about stuff that I just don't understand. And with that is JJ McCarthy. I do not understand, and it's not okay. So it's not the fact of like not understanding what people see or not like that, because I mean, like, after a while you start like you really start being like intangibles, because for the most part nowadays everybody sort of works hard, everybody sort of getting the same training from like a young age, and like in a way where it's like it's not like it used to be where it's like you gotta really question this person's motivation of working and all that. Like, there's really not that anymore. My thing is that I understand that we're going to boost up and hype up and like someone that's you're like, what, they're going to go top five, that's crazy, and then all of a sudden they do. It's really the fact with McCarthy that it's like there's nothing that nobody really said that made me think of why. And so, like, for instance, when Mac Jones was coming out, there was nothing I thought that was like special about Mac Jones, or nothing like that. But everybody pointed to like his completion rating, him being able to handle that comes with being in Alabama, being a senior, that kind of thing. And I sort of feel like that's what we're getting with JJ here, except for it's at a lesser degree. And by that I'm saying, okay, we're getting like he got the pedigree. He's been at Michigan being the starter for a winning team, and he won a championship. And I was like, I really feel like it's because Jim Harbaugh is his coach. And the reason I say that is that I'm like, how many prospects has had that type of resume that JJ has, where it's like coming from a winning program, okay? I was like, got a really dope coach, okay? Um, I was like, winner guy. I was like, he probably gets it way more than anybody else does, even though it's like, okay, for a guy has done the least amount of work, and it really just seems like you're really just getting whatever he was really coming out of high school. That's really what it is. It's just like, and it's all these intangibles, but everybody else also got intangibles a little bit too. That is kind of like, I don't. His resume's not there. He's not crazy like arm talent like Caleb with like all like with off the script plays, or Jaden Daniels, or just like like how the easy motion of the ball just coming out of his hands, or Drake May of just like the raw arm talent. Michael Penix of just like a fluid thrower. I'm using all the stuff that everybody else be talking about, and they keep showing the same damn play with McCarthy. And I was like, don't get me wrong. I was like, I get that, like, you're like, unless you're about to get into like the weeds of thing with those type of like people, that it's like you're really gonna see some of the same highlights with most of them. But I'm just saying, he seemed like the most lackluster guy, and that's why I said Mac Jones, because I was like, that's the only one I could think of that didn't have anything that you could think of, except for he played at Alabama and he was able to do this with all this talent around it. Like, he like, but with Mac Jones, at least it was like they were at least trying to give him the Joe Burrow thing, where it's like, look how he's able, like, if you put talent around him, look how great he could be, kind of thing. Except for he didn't have none of the stuff that we found out that in Joe Burrow. We didn't give him none of those intangibles or those words, or like moxie and all that stuff. Swag or whatever you want to say. I'm just trying to figure out what makes McCarthy so special that he's getting way different treatment than any other prospect that we've really seen. Like, I'm saying, like, you don't think there's guys that's like from the past or right now that's like third, fourth round that I'm like, yeah, but I was like some of these other people did like winning at a program that not normally known for that, or like for instance, I'm just like think about when Dak came out. Nobody was giving Dak anything, and for him to win all those games at Mississippi State, none of y'all think of Mississippi State like that. Um, and they're like they never ever relied on him to throw the ball and stuff, and I'm like that never stopped any other damn person from being like, yo, let's just slang this ball out here with our quarterback if our quarterback is like that. Like I get Jim Harbaugh want to win the right way, he runs the ball and all that other stuff. But it's still kind of just weird that it's like all we're doing this is based off of bullshit. And you we do that for every. I mean, we do that not we don't do that for everybody, but we do just spit out words and stuff. But there's attributes that you put to it. There's crazy amount of games that you put with it. I was like, he barely has any that's anybody willing. Like they're not even stuff to knock him about because he threw at such a low rate. You get what I'm saying? Like we can't even like nobody even has anything bad to say, and not in the way that's like like dogging them out. But I'm like, there's like nothing the positive negative like Caleb. There's positives and the people I point out negatives. Jaden, there's that. Drake May, same thing. Penix, about like Penix too many injuries. Bo Nix we're sort of giving him a little bit of he's played too many damn games. But with JJ is just right about the amount of games, and he's won, and it's like okay, but I was like, when the hell have we ever used winner guy in this situation? There's a lot of quarterbacks that come from winning programs or won or something like that and get knocked or don't. Or it's like, yeah, but he don't have first round talent. And I'm just like, to me, JJ looks like there's one of them weird things where if he goes on to have success, everybody be like, told you so. When we all sort of sometimes predicate that on basically what the team he goes to. But I also am saying too that to me he's not first round talent that makes you be like, I need to draft 4 upside. He seems like a guy that would normally be like a safe pick. And outside of being at certain spots, quarterback is not where you go with safe pick at. That's not where you go with quarterback. You go with upside or something that's ridiculous where just like he got height. He's really fast. He got a strong arm. I was like, he was very precise. I was like, like also like when Baker Mayfield. Like I liked Baker Mayfield when he was coming out, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be. I didn't think he's gonna be number 1 though, because I was like, none of his stuff is off the chart. I was like, oh, he's a good guy. Like if you get him with the right organization, normally those bottom teams. That's what I was thinking. Not damn Cleveland. Same thing with McCarthy. I'm like, oh yeah, if he goes to a good team, like I'm like they talking about the Vikings, and I'm like, okay, that'd be a fine spot, and he probably will flourish there. Denver, I don't know. That type of, and I was like, so that's why kind of like there's nothing about him that's, and everybody, and if you want to say like, oh, he doing the stuff on the board, I was like it's 2024, and I was like, a lot of those quarterbacks could do that shit now. Like I mean, like I do, like this is to me. I'm like, if anything, this is more about talent. Can you see it? Where I'm like, I'm going to take him with our top pick, and I'm like, no. And it's not even hating on JJ. Like it's really just the I just don't get of the everybody's talking about, like what they're talking about. That's the only thing I can't, like, it's not logging in my brain of what they mean. Because I was like, I could, with everybody else, I was like, oh, I see it. Oh, I see it. I was like, I'm glad I'm not picking, because I was like, I probably would pick this guy, or I'll pick this guy. But I get it. I was like, JJ, that's not. Like, somebody was like, oh, second round. I bet, okay, that makes sense. You know, I was like, so, and then I guess it's in this type of draft where I'm like, and I'm like, maybe we just got too heavy with it, because I was like, this one makes me think of like, also like Matt Ryan. I don't think Matt Ryan was like crazy prospect, but I was like, in that draft, I was like, it was him and Flacco, so it wasn't really that many of like different. But I was like, but you could be like, oh, he was playing with Boston College, and he was doing the best he can with basically that sorry team. Joe Flacco, Delaware. I'm like, JJ played at top 5 school. I was like, they won a championship, and they did it without him doing really any damn thing. I was like, cool, he was a top prospect, all right. And there's so many people that's like, oh, coming out of high school, full 5-star, whatever, and amount to nothing in college. I was like, I don't know, just talk around him, and I was like, maybe seem like I'm babbling or whatever, or you say hating, whatever you want the hell you want to say. I'm just saying nobody else getting this type of weird ass treatment at all. I was like, but hey, maybe he'll be Eli Manning. Where it's like, I don't know, but we got 2 Super Bowls. Who knows? Anyway, if y'all can figure it out for me, let me know. We'll see where he goes in the draft. Shit, he might go 3. Anyway, until then.